Organization of Kappes in Germany, I would like to convey to you my warmest greetings from Europe. As Secretary General of the International Raiffeisen Union, I feel honored that the organizers, the Indian Cooperative Network for Women, and the Working Women's Forum have invited me to join this event today. Due to technical constraints, we decided to record my speech in advance, so I kindly ask for your understanding. Since 2020, mankind has been struggling with the pandemic that has the world firmly in its grip. Until today, we suffer under societal, economic, and social upheavals resulting from the pandemic. They are enormous. The exact extent of the pandemic is not yet foreseeable. However, it's already clear that the women are economically and socially affected to a greater extent than men. Yet, women were already struggling with massive inequalities before the pandemic. Across the globe, women earn less, save less, hold less secure jobs, are more likely to be employed in the informal sector. They have less access to social protections. They are the majority of single-parent households. They provide most unpaid care work. Statistics show that during the pandemic, gender-based violence massively increased. In sum, women's capacity to absorb economic shocks has been much less than that of men even before the pandemic. It is therefore no surprise that current data suggests that the impact of the COVID-19 global recession will result in a prolonged dip in women's income and labor force participation. COVID-19 is currently deepening pre-existing inequalities. Social, political, and economic vulnerabilities are exposed, which in turn amplify the impacts of the pandemic. However, there are several examples of women-led cooperatives that have particularly been resilient in the crisis. India is a remarkable country with a long tradition of cooperative self-help. The ICNW is one famous example for this, and exists more. Telangana, for example, DJV, has been supporting an auditing federation for many years, which now has almost 90 women's self-help groups as members. The federation is financially sustainable through providing regular audits to the groups. At the same time, the women groups benefit from the audit and from bookkeeping and accounting services. All in all, women's groups have been able to weather the crisis well so far. The members' deposits are secure. Also in Latin America, cooperatives gain significant importance regarding the mitigation of COVID-19 impact. One example is the cooperative Azumuartec, consisting of 17 women. Almost all of them have to take care of their children alone. With the first wave of the pandemic, the women unite. They now produce and sell handicrafts as a cooperative. The women try to use natural materials as much as possible, such as plant fibers, dried flowers, natural textiles, and wood. The local DJV project supported them with the registration process and provided advice regarding the marketing of the products. The pandemic clearly demonstrated to the women how important cooperation is. The quarantine forced the members to work in their own homes for months. They could only manage the marketing together. In the meantime, they sell their products on regional markets, establish new supplier relationships, and find out more and more buyers. Besides more money, this economic success strengthened the women's self-esteem above all. In Africa, cooperation successfully contributed to mitigation the consequences of the pandemic through local production too. For example, in South Africa, a bakery cooperative is currently the main producer and supplier in 2 municipalities of Pretoria. The cooperative can financially support the whole families and create jobs for the community. It played a crucial role as a service provider during the national COVID-19 lockdown. The COVID-19 pandemic has been transforming our realities and perspectives. Today's world differs from the one we have known until early 2020. During the last 2 years, women are literally standing in the front line of response to the pandemic in areas such as social and financial services, agriculture, education, and health. At the same time, gender disparities have been accelerated and aggravated. Yet, the examples just mentioned show that especially women cooperatives around the world have played a crucial role during the pandemic. Therefore, this sector is already a vital part of the solution to the crisis. Cooperatives are based on internationally agreed principles such as self-help, self-responsibility, self-administration, and to the values of democratic member control, honesty, openness, solidarity, social responsibility, and concern for others. It is important to continue to follow these principles. Jointly, we will continue our work based on self-help, on the cooperative values and principles, in respect for women, equality, and democratic behavior. I send my heartfelt greetings from Bonn, Germany, to you around the world. Thank you very much for your attention.